Okay, next slide. So let's do manana. Manana is contemplation. See, Swamiji say that when we are doing, that means doing intellectual contemplation of the truth. He said that listening is the first step. So Shravana. The second step is manana, which is contemplation. Contemplate on this truth. Once you contemplate, it becomes part of you. Then the next thing, the third step is nidhyasana. Nidhyasana means start living it. So he said it's as straightforward as that. Listening, manana, contemplation, and start living it. So let's contemplate on Swamiji's new, the definition that he just gave as an atheist or atheism. So just look around you. Do you have people around you who are like this, who are atheists? How many of you have that? Please show your hand. How many? Okay. And then, so now, imagine how you're going to respond to them when you have been given the experience of other dimension of life. How do you, because they can come here and mock at you and say, you're so educated, go and follow a young guru. Something wrong with you, right? So how do you respond to such people? How do you, because these people, remember, they're here to prove their point, right? Their technical knowledge or something. And they're here to prove their ego, they're bigger than you, they know more than you. So how do you respond to such people? Just think about it. Because definitely at some point in time in your life, during the enriching, you meet such people. Okay? How are you going to handle such people? Now that Swamiji gave this definition. Let's take a few minutes to contemplate, okay? I tell you, when I go on social media, and sometimes I meet a lot of people who only study textbook, okay? They only know textbook stuff. All the, scriptures, they study left, right, center, they know the Sanskrit, they know everything, but zero experience. Zero experience. They can rattle off, this verse said by Krishna, this verse, but only regurgitation, vomiting the same thing from the textbook. When I ask, have you had the experience of what Krishna said? No. I said, go until you experience it, then you come and talk to me. I told them off. Because I say that I experienced the Krishna in my Guru. I said, if you haven't experienced, then come and sit with him and let you experience that first, then we can talk. Otherwise, don't come and tell me you haven't, given a chance to even go and sit with him and listen to him. I said, take out this challenge, go and spend 21 days with him. So in the way that caused him to cause him. And then I said, then we can talk. Otherwise, you even do not know, you only have textbook stuff, but no experience. So you're not at the same level of my understanding when you have not experienced it yourself. So this is one thing, which is what Swamiji said. They must be able to transmit with the technique as well as the experience. Okay? So this is the way how you respond to these people. See, the moment you send them to Swamiji, he will be able to, break down their logic, crack them down. The main thing is to get him to agree to sit in front of Swamiji. Only when he starts sitting in front of Swamiji, he will know all his logic has no basis when the experience speaks louder than just intellectual knowledge. Anyone want to share?
Basically, just don't respond to them because they are crazy.
No, but sometimes you don't respond to them, they think they are super big guy, you know. Yeah, I've seen like this. They think that they are super big guy, and then they go on the offensive now. They start abusing my guru. I really cannot. So when Swamiji said that as a Sena, right, as a warrior of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we have to defend not only the Guru Parampara, the whole lineage of gurus, and like the master, we also have to defend the Dharma. These people who don't know the Dharma, we have to stand out and beat them up. Otherwise, we just choose the easy way of non-responding. What will happen? This is what happened, the degradation, and then Hindu becomes seen as weak, and then we get trampled and trashed easily. So no, we have to stand up for the truth. This is why he said we need to protect the Dharma. Okay? These are the people who have not experienced the higher dimension. Let's say we tell them, oh, I've been to Kailasa, through vertical time zone. He will be laughing at you. But I said, this is true, my experience. I've gone to Kailasa, I've met Ganapati. I've seen Ganapati and, Nandi. So, for people who cannot believe there are different lokas, right? They forever would think that you are hallucinating or your imagination go wild. So have to respond to them with certain intelligence. Okay? Shall we go to the next one? Next insight 102. So this one is very, very practical technique that Swamiji tell you how to own your time. Okay? A lot of people say, oh, I have no time, my time is given to others. No, he said you have to own your time. So this is what he gave a technique. So listen carefully. If you are one of those victims, you say, oh, I have no time, please listen to this satsang. He said, what do I mean by the word having time? He said, having time means the time is your own. You should be the owner of your time, not your thoughts or something else or someone else. He said, look in at this simple thing. Are you the owner of your time? Are you the owner of your time? Clearly, you will say, the answer is no. He said, everybody else except you owns your time. The whole world is nothing but a huge fight between, a huge fight to own more and more people's time. Whether it's entertainment, whether it's social media, they're trying to own your time. They're trying to make you spend more time with them so they earn money. They make money out of you. So whether it's in the field of politics, art, science, or even in the field of religion, it is nothing but owning people's time. So that is very straight. He said, if you own more people's time, you're a big guy. That's all. Okay, so next slide. He said, actually trying to own more time is the subtle reason even for giving birth to kids, like bringing them out as you want and fulfilling in their life whatever you wanted them to have in your life. You just want to have a little more time. Okay, so understand this secret. He said, if you know how to own your own time, this is the first step. He said, you will not be trying to own others' time. You will not be bullying around. You will not be violent and start bullying others. You will not be bossing people around. So he said, this is the quality you will develop when you start owning your own time. He said, in any other field, if you own more people's time, you are a big guy. Understand? But in spirituality, if you own your own time, you are a big guy. Own your own time, you're the big guy. If you look at Enlightened Master, he owned his own time. But in the outer world, if you own other people's time, you're a big guy. Next slide. So the first thing you need to understand is time is just matter. So the first thing you need to understand is time is just matter. You can touch and feel. So the first thing you need to understand Understand this, will you have respect for yourself and you matter. You understand that you can own time, matter. As long as you think that first thing you understand this, will you have respect, untouchable, indescribable, you will think that this is too big. Time is simple matter. Just like this handkerchief, he is holding a handkerchief here, you can own it. So the second thing you need to catch, okay, besides knowing that time is matter, the second thing is decide to hate everything that tries to own your time. Everything that tries to own your time, hate it. Just escape from it. Even if it's your guru, if you think that I'm trying to own your time, escape from me, he said. Understand, if you think I'm trying to own your time, you have a wrong concept about me. I'm constantly trying to make you own your time. So people think that, oh, by doing Swamiji's work, oh, I don't have time for myself, I'm trying to, I feel that my quality of life is going to suffer, I have no time to do seva. If you have that as a concept, then understand you have wrong idea about him. So next slide. So he said, this is a technique he's giving to all of us to own your time, okay? So he said, take the next 21 days, because why 21 days? He said, 21 days, if you do something 21 days non-stop, you develop a new muscle memory, a new habit. If you want something to be as part of your life, just do it for 21 days without stopping, it'll be part of you. Understand? So he said, take 21 days and make your daily routine very stable by creating a timetable for yourself. So this is Swamiji speaking. He said, let's say you decide to wake up every morning at 6 a.m. You'll be doing this. You'll be doing yoga, and then 6:30 you'll be doing that. By 7:30 you'll be doing certain things, and so on. Okay? He said, make a clear timetable from morning to night, and decide that you will not change your routine for any reason for these 21 days. Tell your mind that you will be comfortable and happy doing whatever that has been scheduled for that time. Okay? So don't allow the mind to say, oh, this is so boring, this is like same thing. Don't entertain the mind's likes and dislikes, whatever. He just said, start doing this consistently. He said, that's all. You will own your time. This is a very powerful process. Okay? So this is the technique he gave to own your own time. Next slide. So we're going to do this. I want all of you to do this technique, okay? So, of owning your own time. You can just pen down if you have a, do you want to do it? If you want to do it, yeah. You have to take some paper. Okay? Just work out a rough schedule. Take the next few minutes, and then you're going to do it for the next 21 days. And then stick to it for the next 21 days. So you just work out a rough schedule of what you're going to do from morning to night, the moment you wake up to night. Okay? Just work out a schedule. If you're constantly struggling to make time for yourself, to nurture yourself for your own spiritual growth, this is the time to do this technique, okay? Let's make it practical. Whatever. See, a lot of great, amazing technique that Swamiji gave during satsang, he just gave after. And many of us, when you will hear the satsang, we never do it. so many gems that he has given during satsangs, past satsangs. Only when we revisit some of these satsangs and start integrating it into our lives, you never actually even remember this thing was spoken or given. So write down. See, some of you who have been following Swamiji, he gave us a certain spiritual routine, which we've been following for many years. Of course, you can allocate certain time to do other things. Just keep it like, oh, this time maybe is for your work, this time is for something else. So you follow certain routine, in such a way that you have the the integrity to follow through in the next 21 days. Okay? You can maybe do like a weekday routine and then a weekend routine. Because on weekend you don't have to go to work, you have a slightly different schedule. Okay? How are we doing? Okay? Great. So if you haven't finished, you can take time to do it later on. Let's go into the next insight, the third insight for this week. Insight number 103, this is a technique he gave to the straight way out of ignorance. Okay? So ignorance are nothing but darkness that make you mess up your life or create more karma. So definitely want to get out of ignorance. So he gave certain technique when he was expounding on the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. So here it is, he said, the great enlightened yogi, Patanjali, gives you a very powerful technique to be out of ignorance, to raise you to the highest coherence. He said, this is a process which you can practice the whole day. It is the only process which can change your muscle memory. Understand? See, people say reprogram your muscle memory, your biomemory. Your muscle memory is what needs to reprogram. You know why? Because when you develop your muscle memory, it was programmed unconsciously due to certain habit when you were young or certain lifestyle you were living. So it has become your muscle memory. It's like an automatic thing. So he said, please understand, each technique or method transforms some part of you. Like for instance, if you practice yoga daily, your body will be transformed. You get lean body, you become a yogic body, your body becomes stronger, more flexible, etc. And if you practice unclutching, which is a meditation technique that Swamiji gave, your mind will be transformed. You'll be able to unclutch from anything and nothing will touch you at all. You'll never be imbalanced forever. You'll be so calm and relaxed, okay, unclutching. And this technique called Praktipasha Bhavana. This is a technique given by Yoga Sutra Patanjali. He said is the only technique which can transform your muscle memory. So how does it work? Let's understand a little bit deeper. He said muscle memory is that part of in you which makes the decision to do any act spontaneously, because you have been programmed or habituated to do the thing again and again, which sometimes you don't even you're not even aware, because it get executed within micro milliseconds even before you become aware of it. Like for instance, people with anger problem, something that touch the sore point, when they explode in anger, even though they don't want to be angry, but it become, like a habit. It's like a default reaction now. And after that, they will become guilty. They will feel bad about it. And it's like you go on and on, they're not able to respond in a different way because it's become part of their muscle memory. It is such a dangerous thing, as you can see. Understand? Imagine someone had this anger issue because he must have reacted in a angry way for maybe thousands of times, that it become like a default response to something. It just happened in micro millisecond. It just bypass your rational mind, and you start responding, out of default behavior. And sometimes it can get out of hand because when you're angry, anger is an energy that sometimes you cannot control. And people, they create a lot of stupid crime, even to the extent of killing people, going to violence, even though they didn't want to do it, but their anger make them do it, and then they become very, very remorseful after that, which is already damage done. When damage is done, it's not going to undo itself so easily. So this is one thing. That's why he said you need to reprogram your transform your muscle memory. If you are habituated to do something out of like a habit, okay, if it's become a habit, it's a very dangerous thing. Next slide. So he said you do not act the way you act because you're habituated to do so, or you're trained to do so, or you have engraved memories. It means samskara, some memories inside you and make you act certain way. Say no, actually there's no specific reason why you act the way you act. There's only one thing we know. The moment the decision happens in you, so much energy is spontaneously released that even that without even a gap of micro-millisecond, it is executed. It becomes action. It becomes reality. And it is very difficult to understand or grasp. So unless you understand the source of this happening, it is practically impossible for you to alter it. Because it just bypasses your rational, you're not even aware. So when it bypasses, you can't even stop it. You can't even say, okay, I'm going to respond in a different way this time around. That is the problem. So a lot of people, when they become reactionary, this is what happened. They not only create a lot of karma, they suffer a lot. So in Pratipasha Bhavana, whenever a negative thoughts happen in you, okay, this is what happened. You can't even control your negative thoughts, right? Without allowing the feeling that it should be immediately executed, you need to replace it with an alternative thought and establish the new thought in you. Okay, so this is the technique he gave. Next slide. So whenever a negative thoughts which are against the purpose of your life happen in you, let's say your purpose in life is to be peaceful, to be enlightened, and then some random thought, some fearful thought bubble up, and because of the fear, you start having bodily reaction, whether it's palpitation, whether it's sweating, or whether it's anxiety attack, whatever it may be. He said you just need to analyze, understand that. Take that thought to its logical conclusion. When he said take the thought to the logical conclusion, please listen carefully. Let's say a random thought comes. Just create the opposite understanding, the right understanding of the purpose of your life, and raise the coherence of your system to its highest possible peak. So he gives the example. Okay, so listen. He said, when you have the thought of a violent, like you're so angry you want to slap someone or you want to beat someone else, how do you do this Pratipasha Bhavana to get yourself back to a non-violent state? He said, and not allow the violence to get rooted in you, or get violence is one negative thought, or get the fear thought out of you, or something like a lustful thought out of you, like something like this, right? So something that is not going to serve your purpose of life. Understand? He said all you need to do is remember this. Say, oh, violence will bring suffering and ignorance. I will not allow it. So he said whenever that thought comes, just use the understanding how to create the opposite understanding to shift yourself back to the center, shift yourself back to the purpose of your life without derailing yourself far off from what you're here to do. Understand? Do you understand this technique that is given by Swamiji through Yoga Sutra Patanjali? Huh? Huh? Understand now? Okay, next slide. So he is teaching us reasoning. He's talking about Patanjali, teaching us reasoning. He's teaching us the applied science. If a master of Patanjali's caliber is coming down to teach us applied science, it means that this one process is so powerful that it can transform your complete being. Okay? And the word confidence means the courage to live and execute the truth that you grasp intellectually. Have confidence in your understanding and execute that understanding very strongly. He said creating the Pratipasha Bhavana simply means creating thoughts contrary to the negative thoughts arising in you, which happens on and off, and bringing yourself back to your center. It is not such a difficult job, but people feel lazy to do it. People either lazy to think about it or lazy to do the inner work. So don't allow such laziness. Some just talk about mental laziness, not just physical laziness, but mental laziness means what? Not willing to take certain thoughts to its logical conclusion. Let's say a thought of violence happened, a thought of stealing happened, a thought of non-integrity happened. Oh, today I feel tired, I don't do yoga. I'm just going to skip yoga. Or today I didn't do puja, it's okay, never mind. Tomorrow I'll continue. When you allow and entertain such non-integrity or thoughts that is derailing you from your purpose, how are you going to bring yourself back to the center? You need to do it exactly the opposite to bring yourself back to the center. Understand? Especially if we are in our mode. Bhavana means inability in our mode. Bhavana means inability to create the contrary thoughts, to destroy negativity. You're going to have negative thoughts, positive thoughts, because that's the nature of the mind. But you are not able to destroy the negative thoughts, then which means you're allowing negativity to grow in you and become a cancer. Once the negativity grabs you, it is over. Understand, Swamiji, this is like a very strong warning. It is over for you. Your life is in hell, you're done for. That's it. That is why sometimes I need to push them to do that job. Sometimes I use love, sometimes I use fake, so-called hatred. Fake hatred, right? He say, to push people back to their center. See, the Guru, whatever he does, sometimes is to shake us. He doesn't want us, he's basically breaking the pattern. So sometimes he has to use very strong technique to break our pattern. And the word he used can be quite strong, and people may not be able to take it and they run away from the master. He said, never run away from a master, because when a master uses strong words on you, it means he cares to even want to transform you. If he use nice, very polite word, be very clear, you have not come to level that he's working on you intensely. Understand? So he was citing an example. He said, Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi, one of the enlightened masters, sings very beautiful this way. He said, "Oh Lord, when my five senses enter my house to rob me and to destroy me, where were you? Were you not there in my inner space?" So when the negativity enters in your inner space to rob you and destroy you, immediately bring the right understanding, the right attitude as your defense against the negativity. This is a technique that Patanjali is trying to teach all of us here. The moment you catch the negativity bubbling up in your inner space, before it starts to take root, immediately bring the right understanding and the right attitude and stop this negativity. Understand? Okay? Don't even give life to it. The moment you give life, the seed will sprout and you'll grow into a tree. When you grow into the tree, very hard. You need a big, big blow, then the thing will go off. Don't allow it to grow into a big tree, because then to uproot that tree it will take more effort. You need very strong technique. Okay, next slide. So he said the timing is very important. Respond immediately to your negativity. Catch the thief at the right time. Don't allow the thief to stay inside your house, and then the next moment you go, the house is empty, rob of everything now. Okay? Understand that if you miss the timing even once, understand, when creating the right thought against the wrong thought or negative thought, you are caught. It is that serious. Catch the negativity the moment it enters your house. The moment it enters your house means your inner space. Your inner space is your house. You own it. If you allow other thoughts to own it, then it becomes the owner. The mind becomes the owner. The consciousness is no longer the owner. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if all of you understand what Swamiji is trying to impart here. Awesome. Let's do the contemplation now. Next. Let's contemplate on this technique for a few minutes, okay? Just see in your life what kind of negative thoughts that constantly haunt you, constantly make you powerless, constantly make you do stupid things, whether it's entertaining your powerless in laziness, procrastination, or fear, whatever that you are struggling with in your life. Now use this technique. See how you can use this technique to rein yourself back to the center and respond in the right, powerful way. Even the thought of, I have no money, poverty consciousness. Even the thought of, I may not have enough to survive, the fear of not enough. This is also a negative thought. Any thought that you entertain that makes you powerless, makes you respond, that means shrink in life instead of expanding in life. Use this technique. Just look in your life on a daily basis, what kind of negative thoughts that you constantly cherish, you constantly entertain, that make you shrink, make you not able to have the courage to live your life purpose. See, we all know here, our life purpose is to discover our consciousness for enlightenment, right? Anything you entertain that bring you down from that level, write it down. You still have the paper? Write down what are the thoughts that you constantly cherish, entertain without your awareness. Catch the thief now. This is the thief who robs your pure awareness. Who are the thieves? Catch them now. Especially if you feel there's a lot of inner conflict. A lot of inner conflict between what Swamiji say and versus what you feel, like your cognition, that you're struggling with that. Write down the negative thoughts. Make this a working session so that you can start integrating into your life. All right, let's enter into the last insight today. So, the last insight for today is 104. He said, give life to what you want. This is another technique. He said, conflict-free life is the only way out of depression. For people who are living in depressions, they don't know how to get out of depression. You have people around who don't know how to get the depression, whole life complain they're depressed. This is the technique he gives. He said, living life without conflict is the only way out of depression. That means people who have depression, they are entertaining conflicts in their life. They don't want to face the conflict in their life. That's why they fall into depression. So he said, learn the art of prana pratishtha. Prana pratishtha means energizing, giving life to whatever you want. It's just like when a master gives prana pratishtha to this paduka, to a deity, he's giving life to the deity to become a living, intelligent, independent intelligence. But here he's asking you to learn how to give life to what you want to nourish and nurture. He said, then you will just live a conflict-free life. He said, understand this is a very simple truth. But a lot of times simple truth people don't live it. So he said, during his Parirajaka, which is wandering days, Swamiji left home at the age of 17 from Tiruvannamala to live as a sadhu, like a monk. He just It's part of his, training before becoming, enlightened master. So during his wandering days, he said, I was one resting at noon under a tree. He was just resting under a tree with my head on a small stone, okay, resting on which some turmeric powder were applied in that small stone. Then usually when turmeric powder is smeared on any surface, it keeps away snake, right? So some people maybe sprinkle some turmeric, they're thinking that, or they're trying to discourage the snake to hang out there. So Somji thought that is maybe was a snake infested area under the tree. So somebody has rested here, and before him, so had applied some turmeric powder to keep away the snake. So he thought that, okay, somebody has rested there and put some turmeric powder. So he never thought anything other than that. So he rested his head on that small stone. Okay, next. So around an hour later, okay, a villager, a guy who lived about 2-3 kilometers away from this tree, came running towards him, shouting, "How dare you put your head on my Shiva?" His deity. "I saw in my dream that someone is showing disrespect to my deity, my Shiva." So that the villager was shouting at Swamiji, okay? So when he came near and saw that I'm a sadhu, a monk, he said, "Oh, because you're sadhu, I'm sparing you. Otherwise, I would beat you up, I'll have broken your head." Because you have shown disrespect to my deity, resting your head on my Shiva. He was just saying. Then Swamiji was shocked. See, the villager has been worshipping this stone as Shiva, and he had this telepathic connection, okay, with that deity. So he was sleeping in a house a few kilometers away. Then he saw in his dream that someone is resting on their head on his deity. So Swamiji was so amazed at his clarity and his ability to do prana-pratishtha, giving life to his, basically ideal as he wished. That means he has given life to that stone as his deity, his Shiva. Okay, next slide. So understand, in your life also, a conflict appears as reality only because you give life to it. Understand? You are the source of that conflict. You give life to it. But a lot of people don't want to own it. People don't even have awareness that they are the one who give life and created the conflict in the first place. But because you perceive it, you forgot that it was you who gave power to that conflict. So in the villager's case, the guy who chased Swamiji, he said even though he was able to experience the stone as his Shiva, his God, he did not forget the truth that it was he who gave power to it. It was he who did prana-pratishtha to that stone. Okay? So whenever you see that you're giving power to your perceived conflict, take back that power and give it to life. Sorry. Give it to life, because life has no conflict. Okay? Understand? If you give power to life, you will live a conflict-free life. If you're given life to conflict, it is hurting you, it's making you, very messy and make you suffer. He said, just move it to life. That's all, nothing else. It is you who is going to decide whether to give power to the conflict or give to life. This is your decision, your choice. Whatever that you're facing, if you feel that there's a conflict, where you're going to give the power, is it to the conflict or to life? We have the freedom, if you are aware, the freedom to give life to what you want, whether it's suffering or freedom, liberation. Next slide. So always be optimistic, even in the last moment of what you think as the worst crisis. Life can take over. Understand? See the recent case of how in India the Rajapalams and the other Ardinam was being, attacked. the sannyasis were attacked, they were being moved, the deities, the property was almost going to be taken away and all that, right? But if we hold the space, giving life, even that can be seen as a worst crisis. Never fall into the powerlessness. Allow life to take over, life to unfold itself. Trust life. Trust life means the higher force, whether it's cosmos, whether it's guru, whether it's existence. When you trust that, it has the ability to create miracles. Swamiji say, this is what I call doing prana pratishta to life. Prana pratishta to life is giving life to create miracles, giving life to what you want and enjoying miracles in your life. Got it? Great. So now let's do a meditation. Normally we'll do a meditation. Okay? Towards the end, we'll do an 11-minute meditation. So you're going to have your eye bend. You have? Okay? See, based on all the 4 insights reviewed today, you're going to meditate how to give life to what you want. Okay? Consciously give life to what you want, because this is what you're going to manifest. If you want to manifest financial freedom, for instance, then give life to that. Okay, so now please put on the eye-band. I'm going to play Mahavakya for 11 minutes, and then we can enter into the meditation itself. All of you? Allow Swamiji to show you what you want to give life. How to give life to what you want in life, okay?
I welcome you all with my love and respect.
Stop now.
Let you all open all your 3 eyes. Om Nityananda
Sit now in any meditative posture. Close your eyes. Wear the eye-band.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Contemplate and meditate on what you want to give life to in your life. What do you really want? Whether it's giving life for enlightenment, giving life for financial freedom, or giving life to a new business, whatever may be. In the process, any negative thoughts that comes up, learn the technique to turn that into positive.
Paramashivoham. Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Relax slowly, very slowly. Come back to this body awareness, breath awareness, and you can slowly remove the eye band. So how was your meditation? Good? Great. So I hope you managed to receive some insight from Swamiji through this meditation when you're contemplating on what you truly want to give life to, the things that you really want to give life. You can share on the chat. I will go finish the last few slides very quickly. So again, a reminder that every Tuesday we provide Nitya Spiritual Healing and Manifesting Shakti physically in the Adinam. So do invite people if they have any issue related to health, wealth, relationship, they can come. Next. So the other thing is also we invite everybody to become the e-citizen of Kailasa. There are so many benefits that you will receive besides attending program and even have a chance to talk to Swamiji online. So you can contact any of the Raja Sabha members who can help you to facilitate this signing up process, the e-citizenship of Kailasa. Next. So the next week will be the last lesson of this volume 1 of Insights from the Avatar. So it's happening on the 2nd of April. So do join us if you are available. Otherwise, join us online. Next slide. I think that's the last slide. Okay. So if you don't have time to share, if you're very shy to share, you can share in the group, the Insight for the Avatar group. You can share in that group. Okay. So Anyone want to share? You want to share? Yeah.
The thing is, living life was very good. So what I did was, instead of this, give life to life. That's what I got tested. Instead of just thinking all the thing, how you have to give life to your life as it happens.
Exactly.
In between, it was what I felt immediately. Instead of picking and choosing something. But basically, this will really put up for everything. Because we always, there's never a time where you will be 100% there every time. So
Yes.
if you live life as it happens, we expect that otherwise, we always feel today we cannot expect, what we say, cannot expect something, cannot expect me. And to let life be life, then the possibility is always a chance.
Yes.
That's what I, instead of giving any particular area, just give life to life so that if you know how to give life to life, let it happen.
Yes.
Let it,
Because you trust life.
so that's the revelation I've got today.
Nice. So ability to trust life is a big thing.
So that even, let's say I was at this 2018 problem, all these problems, everything is there. But we are concentrating so much on this most of the time.
Yeah.
So if you give life and say it will happen, healing will happen,
Yes.
but then it is automatically, it's happening in you that you can feel it. So you don't have to keep on worrying about it.
Correct. See, instead of letting go, you clutch to that worrying thought. Then you're giving power to that worry.
So that's what
But people don't know. They think, oh, because the mind, they're not even aware that they're doing that.
automatically it goes into you. Yes, that's what we were practicing. The very first two slides, let's say, how you're giving life to what you don't want to do.
Correct.
It's a
So,
very good revelation today.
awesome. What about you, Alex? Punananda? Today, his first time joining today, so I do not know how he feels about today's lesson.
Yes, I just want to build on what you just said, right? Sometimes, what is the reason we cannot live our life? It's because we were all clutched by many inconditions, right? We were all, we were clinging to all those things that we worry, that we fear, that we are not happy about in the past or in the future. And so what I want to give life to, is the power of completions, right? Because completion is a technique, is a process to actually help us in a very practical sense to unclutch, to relieve, from all those incompletion that we have in a day-to-day life. And so the ability of doing that is very important.
Yes.
And so my realization today is to give life to the ability of completions.
Nice.
So that we are always able to live in a state of complete completions.
Yes. This is our original space. Coming back to the original space is the power. Great. Anyone else? Otherwise, we will conclude with the Purna mantra. So, you can share in the group. I would love to hear what the rest feel. So, don't forget next last session, okay? Next last session is going to be exciting. Okay, come. Let's finish with the Purna mantra. So, join the palms together, bow down to Swamiji in deep gratitude for the wonderful revelation that he gave all of us, each one of us, in a very unique way, individually, tailored to each individual. Let's conclude with the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sovam Bhagavad Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Paduka Paramastu. Om Nityanandam. Nisita, do you take a screenshot? Okay. All right, so see you next week. Back again. Take care, Nityanandam.